Hello and happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to today's live. I put a poll up on YouTube and Instagram to see what topic you guys want to talk about today, and it was very close. So extreme fire behavior factors won. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you miss out on the poll, make sure you're following me on Instagram and YouTube. So that way you guys can get in on the action. So, all right. Anyways, so today I want to kind of deep dive into, obviously, extreme fire behaviors, but then I want to talk about a fire that is actually very relevant to what extreme fire behavior is like. So we will get going with that. So let me share my screen with you guys so that way you can see. So we're going to first define extreme fire behavior. So if you're new to wildland firefighting and you don't really know what that is, the National Wildfire Coordinating Group is a great website to go to. They have lots of really good information. Let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Nope, there we go. As big as we can get it. Okay. So extreme implies a level of fire behavior characteristics that ordinarily preclude methods of direct control action. One or more of the following is usually involved: high rate of spread, prolific crowning, and or spotting, which just means there's the fire is up in the top of the trees and it's spreading really quickly with the winds. And then spotting is when the embers, there's so much wind, the embers are kind of being carried really far away. So it's going to start new fires. Presence of fire whirls, strong convection column. So a lot of those are extreme fire behaviors. And predictability is difficult because such fires often exercise some degree of influence on their environment and behave erratically, sometimes dangerously. So I just wanted to kind of define that in the very beginning. So now we're going to go into, let's see, there we go. First off, let's go ahead and do the YouTube things. If you are interested in more videos like this, go ahead and give this video a like. Make sure that you are sharing with a friend or a fellow firefighter. A good little refresher sometimes is good. Or if you're a rookie and you don't know what we're talking about, or you're going to be going into fire maybe next season, hopefully, this is a good video to be getting into. So make sure you're sharing that with your friends. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys know when I upload or when I go live. So make sure you guys are doing that, and obviously follow me on Instagram. Okay, so let's move on into, so now another thing that I wanted to go over. So we're going to go back into, if you guys saw me in my next live or my first live, we went into the National Interagency Fire Center, which is a gold mine of information. So we are going to go into there and take a look at that real quick. Okay, so here we go. We'll get better at this as time goes on. Like I said, we'll get more efficient, but we're working on it. So we're still at a national preparedness level of 3, and there are currently 84 large wildfires going on. So typically, actually, I want to go through, we're going to go to California, and we're going to take a look at this. So there are 2 really large fires going on in California right now. The Oak Fire, if you guys have seen the news, there's a really big fire going on close to 5 miles northeast of Mariposa, California, as you can see here, and then the Washburn Fire. So we are going to take a peek at the Oak Fire real quick. So are any of you guys from California? If so, leave a 1 down in the comments, and especially if you have been affected by the Oak Fire, because there's been a lot of people who have been evacuated due to this big fire. So let's see, let's take a look at this article that I found. So this was a couple days old, this article is, but I still feel like it's quite relevant. So fast-moving wildfire near Yosemite remains uncontained. So that was 24 July. but we're going to go down. So I want to kind of read through this article, and I want to see if you guys can pick out the extreme fire behaviors because a lot of them are in here. So a destructive wildfire near Yosemite National Park burned out of control Sunday and has grown into one of California's biggest blazes of the year, forcing thousands of residents to flee remote mountain communities. Some 2,000 firefighters were battling the Oak Fire along with aircraft and bulldozers, facing tough conditions that include steep terrain and spiking temperatures, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, or CAL FIRE. So, as we can see, steep terrain is one of them. Having steep terrain is a factor of extreme fire behavior, and then spiking temperatures. So hot and dry, low relative humidity. So today the weather is expected to remain hot with minimum humidity between 5 and 10%, which will hamper firefighting efforts. There's some already. The blaze erupted Friday southwest of the park near the town of Mid-Pines in Mariposa County. Officials described explosive fire behavior. So as flames made runs through the bone-dry vegetation caused by the worst drought in decades. So hot, dry, low humidity, good amount of vegetation. Yeah, so those are kind of all the extreme fire behaviors. So this one article had a lot of them. If there's any other extreme fire behaviors, please leave them down or leave them in the comments that you can think of. Let's see. Let me go to my comments, see if there's anything there. So, and I just thought this was a great article. And you can also go back into, so it's kind of nice to be able to look at the articles, like what's actually going on in the country. And then you can go back into NIFC and actually look at the data that is being produced. So we can go to, I want to go to NCWeb. Let's take a look at this. So there's the Washburn fire. Let's go ahead and share this with you guys. Okay. I have to find the fire first. Where are you, my friend? I guess I need to know where Mariposa is first, huh? Is it not on here? Am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? All right, well, let me go back to this and see if I can find it here. It's a learning thing. We're learning together. Don't you worry. We're learning together. Okay. Okay, I guess since it's just kind of all the oak turned into the Washburn, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So at least for this data. Okay. So we're going to go into the Washburn. Okay, yes, this is the one we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, so they've kind of all melded into one. So it's 26% contained, 18,087. Yes, 87 acres. Wow, sorry. It's burning west of Yosemite in the Mariposa Mid-Pines area and caused a closure. So, don't know. Okay. Anyways, basically, I was trying to show you that you can go into NCWeb, you can go in here, look at the articles, and then actually come in here and see what the latest information is on here. The percent contained, the start date, what caused it, and the size of the fire, the number of personnel on it, resources assigned, fire information, all of that jazz, kind of like what we went over last session that we were going into. So again, if you are new to fire, this is a great website to go to, the NIFC, and then it will take you into NCWeb if that is somewhere that you're going to. You can also find most of this information in the NIFC website as well. So I just kind of wanted to show you that you can look at the articles, see the information. It was said like 2,000 firefighters were on that in the article. Were on the fire, and you can come in here and actually see how many are in there. That way, you know, for future stuff like, oh, people are demobbing. So that way, you know, like, oh, we're not going to be sent out to the fire. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, hopefully I'll get sent out to a fire. But if you can go in here and you can see, oh, people are already demobbing, then you'll know you more than likely you're not going to get called out to the fire. Just depends, I guess. Sometimes. Okay. I do have a question for you guys. How many seasons have you done? And I want to know this because I want to know what fire behaviors you have experienced. I know some fire seasons are slower than others. So just because you have a high number of fire seasons doesn't mean that you've really experienced extreme fire behaviors, but it's just interesting. I want to know how many fire seasons you have done, and then what extreme fire behaviors have you experienced. So my second fire, my very first fire was like this big on the side of a freeway. It was caused, I don't know, by a spark of a car or something. And that's what I thought firefighting was going to be like. No, my second fire, crazy. So we got called out to a fire. It was at the base of a mountain. We were driving up. It was up on the mountain, but then it got down into the valley, and the wind was insane. I remember driving up and the fire was fuchsia pink. It was booking. It was moving so fast. It was in cheatgrass and high winds, and it was just moving so quickly. Like I said, fuchsia pink. It was kind of crazy. So, but the crazy part was that they were like, oh no, we need your crew to go to the front of the fire and do some structure protection of this house and these animals. It was crazy. So, yeah, my first fire was nothing of an indicator of what firefighting was going to be for me. The second fire, I'm glad I had that experience. I didn't have like too many more experiences like that. Another thing that I really remember is the fire got into on a different fire. The fire got into some juniper, and like a huge patch, just thick juniper. And our FOSS was sitting out, just watching it, just monitoring it. And we came up and was just hanging out with him for a little while as he was monitoring it. And I just remember the sound. If you have never heard a sound of a fire before, just roaring. There was just so much energy in it. I know we were far away, but you could still feel the energy and the loudness of it. It just sounded like a huge freight train going. It was really, really cool. So we get Santa Ana winds here in SoCal. Yes, I've never experienced Santa Ana winds before. I've actually never fought fire out in California. I've always wanted to. The fire behavior out there is insane. I would love to go out there and get that experience, but I have not. So yes, very cool. So anyways, okay. So I think that's really like all of the fire experience or extreme fire behaviors that I can think of. Obviously, high winds. I did it in southern Idaho, so we were in a drought, but I don't think anything like California experiences. So, hot, dry, low relative humidity. all of that. Awesome. That is so great. My first fire season was in 1999. Been fighting fire ever since. That is awesome. I love that. I miss fire so much. If you guys don't know, I'm a new mom. Well, not a new mom. I have a almost 2-year-old, and then I have a newborn. So he's right here. So if you guys hear some sounds, sorry. He's napping right now. But I haven't been out on a fire in a really long time, and so I do miss it a lot. Really, really miss it. So that's awesome that you've been out doing fire. So awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, motherhood is it's that's what I got for that. Anyways, so I think that's where we're gonna end it today. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments for me. Again, make sure you guys are commenting and letting me know where you're coming in from, extreme fire behaviors you've experienced, how many seasons you've done fire. Please let me know. I would love to know that. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, of course, so that way you guys, or even on YouTube, because I want to do more polls like this. So make sure that you guys are doing that so I can get your guys' input and let me know what you guys want to talk about. Again, I know I'm kind of clumsy with the lives, but this is only my second one. We're getting better. Don't you worry. So anyways, I will have resources for you guys down in the description box. As always, check those out. And my dad always said when I would go out into a fire, safety first, pumpkin. So that is what I'm leaving with you guys. Leaving you with today is stay safe out there. Remember, safety first, pumpkin. All right. You guys have a good one. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.